ये आकाशवाणी है। अब आप चंद्रिका जोशी से समाचार सुनिए। असम में गुवाहाटी से कर्फ्यू पूरी तरह उठा लिया गया है। डिब्रूगढ़ में भी दिन का कर्फ्यू उठा लिया गया है। राज्य में आज से ब्रॉडबैंड इंटरनेट संपर्क भी बहाल हो गया है। इससे पहले राज्य के वित्त मंत्री हेमंत बिस्व शर्मा ने गुवाहाटी में बताया कि नागरिकता संशोधन कानून के खिलाफ विरोध प्रदर्शनों के बाद अब राज्य में स्थिति सामान्य हो रही है। उन्होंने बताया कि हाल की हिंसा की जांच के लिए उच्च स्तरीय समिति गठित की जाएगी। राज्य में हिंसा से जुड़ी घटनाओं में 136 मामले दर्ज किए गए हैं और 190 लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया गया है। इस बीच गुवाहाटी में भारतीय स्टेट बैंक के उप महाप्रबंधक ने लगभग 80% एटीएम मशीनों के काम करने की पुष्टि की है। मेघालय में शिलांग में आज कर्फ्यू में ढील दी गई है। लुमडिंगरी और सदर पुलिस थाने में सुबह 6 बजे से रात 7 बजे तक छूट दी गई है। झारखंड में विधानसभा चुनाव के 5वें और अंतिम चरण का प्रचार तेज हो गया है। इस चरण में संथाल परगना के 16 निर्वाचन क्षेत्रों में शुक्रवार को मतदान होगा। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी आज साहिबगंज जिले के भोगनाडीह में रैली को संबोधित करेंगे। झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा, झारखंड विकास मोर्चा और ऑल झारखंड स्टूडेंट्स यूनियन के नेता भी जनसभाएं कर रहे हैं। केंद्रीय वित्त मंत्री निर्मला सीतारामन ने राज्यों को आश्वासन दिया है कि केंद्र सरकार वस्तु और सेवा कर जीएसटी मुआवजों के वायदे से पीछे नहीं हटेगी। एक कार्यक्रम में श्रीमती सीतारामन ने कहा कि वसूली में कमी के कारण धनराशि जारी करने में देरी हुई है और राज्यों को इस बारे में चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं है। उच्चतम न्यायालय अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम विश्वविद्यालय और जामिया मिलिया इस्लामिया के प्रदर्शनकारी छात्रों पर कथित पुलिस ज्यादती के मामले की आज सुनवाई करेगा। न्यायालय ने इस दौरान सार्वजनिक संपत्ति को नुकसान पहुंचाने और हिंसक घटनाओं पर गहरी चिंता प्रकट करते हुए कहा कि ऐसी गतिविधियां तुरंत बंद की जानी चाहिए। उत्तर प्रदेश विधानसभा का शीतकालीन सत्र आज से शुरू हो रहा है। 4 दिन का ये सत्र 20 दिसंबर तक चलेगा। योगी आदित्यनाथ सरकार ने वित्त वर्ष 2019-20 के लिए दूसरा पूरक बजट पेश करने की तैयारी कर ली है। वित्त वर्ष के दौरान चल रही नई परियोजनाओं के मामले में अतिरिक्त धनराशि की व्यवस्था का प्रस्ताव सदन की मंजूरी के लिए पूरक बजट में रखा जा रहा है। लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल मनोज मुकुंद नरवणे अगले सेना प्रमुख होंगे। अभी वे उप सेना अध्यक्ष हैं। लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल नरवणे जनरल बिपिन रावत का स्थान लेंगे, जो इस महीने की 31 तारीख को सेवानिवृत्त हो रहे हैं। लगभग 40 वर्ष के शानदार सैन्य सेवाकाल के दौरान उन्होंने पूर्वोत्तर क्षेत्र और जम्मू कश्मीर में आतंकवाद रोधी सक्रिय अभियानों में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है। पाकिस्तानी सेना ने संघर्ष विराम उल्लंघन की घटना में कल रात राजौरी जिले के कलाल इलाके में अकारण अंधाधुंध गोलीबारी की। उन्होंने भारतीय अग्रिम चौकियों और रिहायशी इलाकों को निशाना बनाया। रक्षा प्रवक्ता ने बताया कि इस घटना में सेना का एक जवान शहीद हो गया। भारतीय सैनिकों ने पाकिस्तानी गोलीबारी का मुंहतोड़ जवाब दिया। आवासन और शहरी कार्य सचिव दुर्गा शंकर मिश्र ने कहा है कि दिल्ली की अनधिकृत कॉलोनियों में मालिकाना हक देने के ऐतिहासिक फैसले से 40 से 50 लाख लोगों को फायदा होगा। कल आकाशवाणी के पब्लिक स्पीक कार्यक्रम में श्री मिश्र ने कहा कि लोगों को जनरल पावर ऑफ अटॉर्नी, वसीयत, कब्जा प्रमाण पत्र और मालिकाना हक की बिक्री संबंधी जरूरी दस्तावेज पंजीकृत और अपलोड कराने होंगे। सेना की पश्चिमी कमान कोलकाता में फोर्ट विलियम को ऐतिहासिक और धरोहर पर्यटन स्थल के रूप में खोलने पर विचार कर रही है। सेना कमांडर लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल अनिल चौहान ने कल बताया कि शहीदों को श्रद्धांजलि देने के लिए विजय स्मारक रविवार और अन्य सार्वजनिक अवकाश के दिनों में आम जनता के लिए खोला जाएगा। लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल चौहान ने कहा कि 1971 का युद्ध पूर्वी कमान के लिए विशेष महत्व रखता है और कोलकाता इसका मुख्यालय होने के नाते पूरे युद्ध की निगरानी कर रहा था। मुंबई में 17 वर्ष से कम आयु वर्ग की महिला फुटबॉल प्रतियोगिता में आज भारत का मुकाबला थाईलैंड से होगा। फाइनल में पहुंचने के लिए भारत को ये मैच जीतना जरूरी है। फाइनल बृहस्पतिवार को खेला जाएगा। इसके साथ ही ये समाचार बुलेटिन समाप्त हुआ।
Welcome to our program International News, where we bring you news from across the globe. I am Anuja Kumar.
And I am Renu Kataria.
The headlines. Sri Lankan government formally releases its new national policy framework. Iraq warns against escalation after attacks on US interests. 7 African migrants dead, 70 rescued from Morocco shipwreck. Virat Kohli retains top spot in ICC test rankings. And India to take on Thailand in under-17 women's football tournament. Framework meant to guide the government ministries and departments in implementing their policies. The framework, titled Vistas of Prosperity and Splendor, is aimed at achieving fourfold outcome of being a productive citizen, a contented family, a virtuous, disciplined and just society, and a prosperous nation. Among the main objectives are maintaining a 6.5% or higher GDP growth rate under the macroeconomic program, achieving a per capita income exceeding $6,500 during 2020 to 2025. The policy further elaborates to keep the unemployment rate below 4% and the inflation rate below 5%, as well as to manage the government revenue and expenditure to keep the budget deficit below 4% of GDP. The policy mandates to implement a national and international partnership based on principles of priority to national security, friendly and non-aligned foreign policy. It also mandates an administration free from corruption and new constitution that fulfills people's wishes.
The U.S. Special Representative for North Korea, Stephen Biegun, yesterday urged Pyongyang to come to the negotiating table. He slammed Pyongyang's demands as hostile and unnecessary, adding that the US had a goal, not a deadline. His comments in Seoul comes after North Korea conducted missile test at a satellite launch site. North Korea has set an end-of-the-year deadline for the US to come up with a new denuclearization deal that would involve significant sanctions relief. It said the US could expect a Christmas gift if it did not comply. US President Donald Trump has said he will not lift sanctions until North Korea fully abandons its nuclear program. North Korea said if the US did not make an acceptable offer, it would find a new way. 7 African migrants died yesterday and 70 other people were rescued when their boat sank while trying to cross the Mediterranean Sea from Morocco to Spain. According to a military official, the rescued migrants, including 10 women and a baby, were brought back to the Moroccan coastal city of Nador and taken to Morocco's Coast Guard for medical treatment. It was the latest of several dangerous migrant boat crossings on the Rough Sea Passage between Morocco and Spain. According to the International Organization for Migration, some 22,970 migrants have reached Spain by sea so far this year, and 325 people have died trying.
Britain's new political landscape began to take shape yesterday as triumphant Prime Minister Boris Johnson talked trade with US President Donald Trump and readied a pep talk for his new Conservative Party lawmakers. Lawmakers from all parties will be sworn in today, the first day of the new session in Parliament. Johnson's Conservatives received a larger than expected majority in last week's national election, galvanizing his efforts to secure parliamentary approval for his Brexit divorce deal with the European Union. Many of them are coming from parts of the country that for decades were strongholds of the opposition Labour Party. Overall, the Conservatives now have 365 of the House of Commons' 650 seats. Johnson's spokesman James Slack said the government will introduce the EU withdrawal bill on Friday. It will be up to the Speaker of the House of Commons to determine if Parliament holds its first major vote on the bill that same day or waits until early January after the Christmas recess. The Brexit divorce bill is expected to receive strong support in the Parliament due to the Conservatives' new strong majority. Prime Minister of Portugal, Antonio Costa, will be on a two-day visit to India from Thursday. He will attend the second meeting of the Organising Committee on the celebrations for the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. The Organising Committee meeting will be presided over by President Ramnath Kovind. The Portuguese Prime Minister is also scheduled to hold official talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This will be the third official meeting between the two leaders in a span of 3 years. They have also met on the sidelines of various multilateral events. This visit will be Mr. Costa's first bilateral visit outside Europe after being re-elected as the Prime Minister on the 6th of October. Our correspondent reports that the high-level political exchanges between India and Portugal have imparted a robust momentum to bilateral relations, including several new areas such as science and technology, defense, startups, shipping, youth exchanges and culture. This visit will provide another opportunity to the leaders to review the whole gamut of bilateral relations and forge closer cooperation in areas of mutual interest.
The first batch of 21 officers of Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority CIAA of Nepal started their 6-day training on prevention of fraud, bribery and corruption at Gujarat Forensic Sciences University in Gandhinagar yesterday. This is a tailor-made course specially designed at the request of Government of Nepal. The course will strengthen institutional capacity of CIAA to curb corrupt practices and enhance good governance in Nepal. The course mainly focuses on identifying factors for corruption, its impact on the economy, and methodology for its detection and prevention. The training would also enhance skills of CIAA officers for IT-based investigations, sharpen their analytical capabilities, and help them learn new methodologies which would empower them to detect, prevent, and prosecute corrupt and fraudulent individuals. The course is fully supported by the Government of India under Ministry of External Affairs, Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation ITEC program. The training reaffirms India's continuing commitment for capacity building of Nepali officers. The second batch of 21 CIAA officers is scheduled to undergo training from January 11 to 16, 2020. The prestigious Gujarat Forensic Sciences University, Gandhinagar, trains forensic experts in the areas of forensic science, crime investigation, security, behavioral science, and criminology. Lieutenant General Manoj Mukund Narvane will be the next Chief of Army Staff. He is currently serving as Vice Chief of the Army. Lieutenant General Narvane will succeed General Bipin Rawat, who will retire on the 31st of this month. Before taking charge as Vice Chief in September, Lieutenant General Narvane was heading the Eastern Command of the Army. He has served in numerous command and staff appointments in peace, field, and highly active counter-insurgency environments in Jammu and Kashmir and the Northeast. In a distinguished military career spanning almost 4 decades, Lieutenant General Narvane has the distinction of tenanting key appointments in active counter-insurgency environments both in the Northeast and in Jammu and Kashmir, and was part of the Indian peacekeeping force in Sri Lanka during Operation Pavan. He also has had the opportunity of serving as a defense attaché at the Indian Embassy in Myanmar for 3 years. An alumnus of the National Defence Academy and the Indian Military Academy, Lieutenant General Narvane was commissioned into the 7th Battalion, the Sikh Light Infantry Regiment in June 1980. He has been awarded the Sena Medal, distinguished for effectively commanding his battalion in Jammu and Kashmir. He is also a recipient of the Vishisht Seva Medal for his services as the Inspector General Assam Rifles North in Nagaland and the Ati Vishisht Seva Medal for commanding of a prestigious strike corps. He was honored with Param Vashisht Seva Medal for his distinguished services as the General Officer Commanding in Chief of the Army Training Command.
About 850 Indian peacekeepers serving in South Sudan have been awarded the prestigious UN Medal for their service and contribution to building peace in the conflict-affected nation and going above their duties to support local communities. India is among the largest troop contributing countries to UN peacekeeping operations. Currently, 2,342 Indian troops and 25 police personnel are deployed with the UN mission in South Sudan, UNMISS. The UNMISS said that the 850 Indian troops serving with the UNMISS received the United Nations Medal for their dedication and sacrifice. The Indian troops were particularly praised for their efforts to support peace talks between the government and the opposition forces in the Upper Nile region and establishing the first ever UNMISS base on the west bank of the Nile at Kodok. In Sri Lanka, the Criminal Investigation Department (CID) has arrested the Swiss embassy staffer who had complained of an abduction incident last month. The arrest happened after advice of Attorney General Office, which further instructed to name the local staffer as a suspect for exciting disaffection against the government and fabricating false evidence to be used in judicial proceeding. The local employee, who was allegedly kidnapped last month, was earlier banned from leaving the country and asked to give statement before the CID. She was also examined by Colombo Judicial Medical Officer and mental health specialist. The matter had created a diplomatic standoff between the Sri Lankan and the Swiss government, with the latter terming the incident as serious. However, the Sri Lankan government has countered, saying the details submitted by the alleged victim are contradictory and described the allegation as an attempt to tarnish the image of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. The alleged victim was employed with the visa section in the embassy. The CID police officer investigating into several high-profile cases involving Rajapaksas had left the country for Switzerland 2 days before the incident without any intimidation. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com and our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You are listening to our program International News, where we bring you news from across the globe. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more updates from across the world.
Baghdad cautioned yesterday against an escalation after a flurry of attacks on US interest in Iraq prompted Washington to warn of a decisive response against Iran. Since October 28, 10 rocket attacks have targeted areas where US soldiers and diplomats are stationed. These attacks have not been claimed, but the United States has blamed Iranian-backed Shiite paramilitary groups. According to a statement from the Iraqi Premier's office, U.S. Defense Secretary Mark Esper expressed his concern over the strikes in a telephone call with outgoing Prime Minister Adel Abdel Mahdi. In response, Mr. Mahdi called on everyone to spare no effort to prevent an escalation that will threaten all parties. He said unilateral decisions will trigger negative reactions that will make it more difficult to control the situation and will threaten Iraq's security, sovereignty, and independence. Abdel Mahdi, a close ally of Iran who also enjoyed cordial relations with the US, resigned in early December after the 2 months of unprecedented demonstrations in the capital and Shiite majority South, in which around 460 people have died. Negotiations are underway to name his successor. India has donated solar-powered study lamps to Palestinian elementary school children from a marginalized Bedouin community to spread the principles of self-sufficiency and raise awareness towards the adverse effects of climate change. The lamps were donated as part of the 150th Gandhi Jayanti Student Solar Ambassador Workshop. The solar-powered study lamps supplied by Indian Institute of Technology IIT Bombay aims at making the student beneficiaries for the future propagators of renewable energy. Representatives of India ROI in the Palestinian National Authority PNA, Sunil Kumar, visited the governorate of Jericho and Jordan Valley yesterday, where he was received by Governor Jihad Abu al-Asal, Director of the Jericho Directorate of Education, and representatives of the local community. As part of India's outreach and cooperation program in the local Palestinian community, Kumar visited the Kabna Bedouin School and Palestinian dignitaries, where he presented portable solar-powered lamps to the elementary school children. Addressing the students and the local community, he underlined India's time-tested support to Palestine, specially highlighting New Delhi's capacity building efforts with emphasis on the educational sector.
In Madhya Pradesh, Chief Minister Kamal Nath will inaugurate the 7-day International Film Festival in Shilpkala village of Khajuraho today. Films from the country and abroad, including Bundelkhandi, will be screened at the Tapra Talkies made for the festival. The eminent personalities of Hindi cinema like Kailash Kher, Poonam Dhillon, Padmini Kolhapure and Alka Yagnik are expected to attend the festival. The International Khajuraho Film Festival is being organized by the Prayas Sanstha in collaboration with the state government. Events like interaction with film stars, film-making workshops, mobile film-making workshops, plays, programs for promoting local art and culture, herbal forest fair, animal fair, etc. are also organized during the film festival. Bangladesh celebrated its Victory Day yesterday. It marked the day the country attained liberation from Pakistan and became an independent nation in 1971 under the leadership of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. President Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina paid tributes to the martyrs of the Liberation War by placing wreaths at the National Mausoleum in Sawar. Speaker of the Parliament, the Chief Justice, leaders of several political parties and other dignitaries also laid wreaths at the National Memorial. A Victory Day parade by the armed forces was held at the National Parade Square, where President Abdul Hamid took the salute as the chief guest. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina was also present on the occasion. For the first time, a 30-member Indian Army band participated in Victory Day parade in Dhaka. On this day in 1971, the commander of the Pakistani forces in Bangladesh, General A.A.K. Niazi, along with more than 90,000 soldiers, surrendered before the Indian Army and Mukti Bahini in Dhaka, heralding the birth of a new nation, Bangladesh. The victory over the Pakistan Army was achieved after a 9-month-long liberation war carried by the people of Bangladesh and supported by the Indian Armed Forces. Close to 3 million people of Bangladesh and nearly 2,000 Indian soldiers lost their lives during the war. Our correspondent has more.
16 December marks a historic occasion not only for Bangladesh but for India and the entire world. The day changed the history and geography of South Asia and cemented the deep ties of two countries which share Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, Qazi Nazrul Islam and innumerable other great personalities as revered icons. On this day, a new nation was born. A hope was reaffirmed for the mankind that howsoever tyrannical and powerful the enemy, a people united can achieve their dream. It's a day to pay homage to the struggle and sacrifice of the people of Bangladesh as also of Indian Armed Forces to free a nation from oppression and violence. Rajesh Jha, AIR News, Dhaka.
Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO has begun preparatory works for setting up a third rocket launch pad in the small coastal hamlet of Tamil Nadu. The district administration has appointed a special tehsildar along with 8 more tehsildars to speed up the process of land acquisition for the centre. At present, the Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO has 2 launch pads at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. The demand for additional launch pads has arisen as a result of the increase in the number of satellite launches from India, both for domestic and international customers. ISRO says that it had launched as many as 17 missions in 2018 alone. Recently, Union Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office, Dr. Jitendra Singh, had told in a written reply in Rajya Sabha that the government had a proposal to set up a rocket launching pad near Tamil Nadu. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com and our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You are listening to our program International News, where we bring you news from across the globe. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more updates from across the world. Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju said India has the capability to break the best ever medal haul record set in 2012 London Olympics during next year's Tokyo Games. Mr. Rijiju said this while speaking during a session of Agenda Aaj Tak in New Delhi. He said performance of Indian athletes is being assessed under the TOPS scheme. Right now, it is at the halfway stage. 61 athletes have qualified for Tokyo. The qualification process will go on till May. However, Mr. Rijiju said there are still several issues that need to be addressed for the sports sector in the country to work as a well-oiled machinery.
Rory Sabatini and Kevin Tway staged a back 9 birdie blitz to claim a 2-shot victory in the golf QBE shootout at Miami in Florida. Slovakia's Sabatini and American journeyman Tway fired 6 birdies and an eagle after the turn, including back-to-back birdies on the 17th and 18th holes to card a 12 under par 60. Sabatini and Tway's round, played under the better ball format, also included a streak of 6 straight birdies from the 6th hole onwards. Their birdie spree left the duo on 31 under for the tournament, 2 clear of Jason Kokrak and JT Poston, who finished on 29 under after the 10 under par closing 62. Harold Warner, 3rd, and Ryan Palmer finished tied for 3rd on 28 under alongside Brendan Todd and Billy Horschel. European stars Ian Poulter and Graham McDowell finished in 5th spot with a 9 under par 63. Liverpool will return to the scene of their 2019 Football Champions League triumph after they were drawn against Atletico Madrid in the last 16 of the competition yesterday. The 2-legged tie, which includes one fixture at Atletico's Wanda Metropolitano, where Jurgen Klopp's men lifted the trophy in June, and another at Anfield, will be one of the highlights of the opening knockout stage. Another will be Real Madrid's clash with reigning Premier League champions Manchester City, who are trying to win the European crown for the first time. Neymar's Paris Saint-Germain have been pitted against Borussia Dortmund, while Frank Lampard's youthful Chelsea face European masters Bayern Munich. Last season's beaten finalist Tottenham, now led by Jose Mourinho, must beat German side Leipzig to reach the quarterfinals, and Cristiano Ronaldo's Juventus face France's other representatives Lyon. Barcelona will play Napoli, and surprise Italian qualifiers Atalanta were drawn against Valencia.
Indian skipper Virat Kohli retained his top spot among batsmen in the latest ICC Test rankings issued yesterday. With 928 points, Kohli is 17 points clear of Australia's Steve Smith, who scored 43 and 16 in the first test against New Zealand, which Australia won by 296 runs. Cheteshwar Pujara with 791 and Ajinkya Rahane 759 held on to their 4th and 6th spots respectively. Among the bowlers, Bumrah slipped to the 6th spot in the list, headed by Australia's Pat Cummins. India's Ravindra Jadeja, meanwhile, remained at number 2 behind Jason Holder of the West Indies among Test all-rounders. In the ICC World Test Championship, India stands on top with 360 points, way ahead of Australia 216, Sri Lanka 80, New Zealand 60 and England 56. India will take on Thailand in a must-win match of the Under-17 Women's Football Tournament in Mumbai today. In the third and final league stage match, the host will need a victory to seal a place in the final against Sweden, which is slated for the 19th of this month. India coach Thomas Dennerby said that the team is looking forward to the challenge and the girls have a good chance of earning the win. Both India and Thailand enter the match on the backs of losers against Sweden. While India went down 0-3 in the tournament opener, Thailand lost 1-3 to Sweden.
West Indies players have been docked 80% of their match fees for maintaining a slow over rate in the first ODI against India in Chennai. ICC match referee David Boone imposed the fine after Kieron Pollard's side was ruled to be 4 overs short of its target after time allowances were taken into consideration. There was no need for a formal hearing as West Indies skipper Pollard pleaded guilty to the offence after the end of the match and accepted the proposed sanction. On-field umpires Nitin Menon and Sean George, third umpire Rodney Tucker and fourth umpire Anil Chaudhary levelled the charge. West Indies won the match by 8 wickets to take a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Sri Lankan government formally releases its new national policy framework. Iraq warns against escalation after attacks on US interests. 7 African migrants dead, 70 rescued from Morocco shipwreck. Virat Kohli retains top spot in ICC Test rankings. And India to take on Thailand in Under-17 Women's Football Tournament. You were listening to International News, where we bring you news from across the globe. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more updates from across the world.